All right, man. The Oklahoma City Thunder now goes into immortality as NBA champions for the first time in franchise history, becoming the second youngest team to ever win NBA championship. And could we have a problem in Houston as they acquired one of the best scorers in league history, Kevin Durant? And I have a mystery discussion for the best damn podcast panel on YouTube, man. We got all this and more. I got the all-star team, ladies and gentlemen, and we here and we live right here on the Sports Talk Show.
I can't accept the loss, I'm hard-headed. There's a little bit of madness to my method. Many falling off that fine line that I'm treading. I risk anything to be great, and I'm not letting nobody rob me of my victory. Number one, that's what I'm meant to do. When by any means, only thing that makes sense to me, I can make nice or make history. I got that dog in me, yeah. Turn me up. Big energy, got the crowd going nuts. I got that dog in me, yeah. Andy up, I take on anyone, I don't need a one-on-one. I got that dog in me, yeah. I'm talking all bite, no bark, I could rip your squad apart. I got that dog in me, so what's up? Yeah, so what's up? I told her move over, enough of that mediocre. I've been the man since cruising around in the stroller. I got ice in my veins like a cut in Minnesota. Why not show you how I'm built? Come a little closer, ayy. Lot of heart, been smart, aura gotta glow. We can restart, give head start, still get the same result. I'm about mine, don't you get it confused. I'ma win again, yeah, that's all that I do. I got that dog in me, yeah. Turn me up, big energy, got the crowd going nuts. I got that dog in me, yeah. I take on anyone, I don't need a one-on-one. I got that dog.
All right, man, thank you so much for being here with us on this Saturday afternoon, wherever in the world you are watching us right now, man. Allow me to introduce ourselves. We are the Real to Sports Podcast, and this is the Real to Sports Talk Show, and we talk about the hottest news and what's going on in the sports world today. This is the show where you will get some of the most entertaining sports debates, the best trivia matches, and the best opinions and analysis, all right here on YouTube, man. And also, we are the only podcast to actually interact with the live audience. So whatever comments or opinions or questions you have for the great podcast panel, man, please feel free to do so in the live chat. This show is sponsored by SeatGeek and Bonfire.com, the official home of the Real Sports Podcast merchandise, and Lokai.com as well. You can get all these links in the description box below. Oh boy, I'm just gonna sit back and look at this right here. I'm gonna sit back and look at these five gentlemen. Y'all don't understand that I have right now the all-star team of sports right in front of me. Ladies and gentlemen, they're all stars. Starting off, man, he is back. This man just became a proud father for the very first time, ladies and gentlemen. Very first time. Congratulations to him and his wife, Philly. He represents the defending and reigning world champion, Super Bowl champion, the Philadelphia Eagles, ladies and gentlemen. He is Philadelphia's favorite son himself, Papa G. He is Philly G.
I'm back. Yes, sir. The reigning, defending champion, Philadelphia Eagles. Man, it feels good. Feels good to be back with the team. Man. Even if it is just one day. Hey, I'm back.
Hey, Luther Vandross said it, man. Only one for one night. He already said it, man. But Philly G, no matter what, you still part of this show. Still part of it, baby. Yes, sir. Always. We love you and congratulations to you, my brother. You're going to be a fine father. I ain't just talking because I got lips. I know the truth.
Oh, yeah. You know, I'm going to raise her right. And she's going to be an Eagles fan. I'm going to raise her right, you know.
Oh, Lord.
Got to.
That's perfect. I hear you, baby. Fly, Eagles, fly. No doubt. Sir. All right. Now I got to go to your arch enemy. He represents the five-time Super Bowl champion. I'm talking about that prestigious star, the Dallas Cowboys, running Texas, ladies and gentlemen. They say they the real team in Texas. The Dallas Cowboys. He is my fishing partner. We out there in the morning, baby. Street got a high hand right now, boy. Caught that bass last week. Let's go. Let's go, baby. He is my fishing partner, ladies and gentlemen. He is. Oh, don't cross the street. He is. Wall Street. He's in the building. My dude.
Appreciate you, host. I'm coming from a secret location, host. I'm in my bunker tonight. You know what I mean? But Philly G, I'd like to welcome you into fatherhood, bro. You're gonna be a great father, man. Great father.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
We're gonna take over today, host. We're gonna take over.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. NFC East, baby.
Yes, sir. The best division in the world, no matter what you say. It's the hardest division to play in. Every team got champions in our division. Do anybody here have a division with all champions in it? Nope.
Oh, I like it. I like it. Philly G talking, boy. But you know what, Philly G? You got this man right here. I'm talking about the OG. The OG, the legend himself, ladies and gentlemen.
They got to break through at some point.
All the way. He resides in Winston-Salem, North Carolina. And he represents the mighty Minnesota Vikings, ladies and gentlemen. He is the original dog. He is the legendary Q-Dog.
What's going on, people? It's glad to be in here today with y'all today. Last week I was out. I wasn't here last week. I was on a mission. I go on missions that my fellow podcast members can't go, but I understand that. But I will carry the torch for them. But I'm back today, and we're going to give you a live show, represent the topics that we have, and we got a good panel. My sports panelists. We're going to give it to you the best way we can give it to you. So stay tuned, stay cool. One thing, stay cool. Get your ice cold beverage and enjoy the show.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir, man. Words from the dog. And then I got the day one. The man has been here since the very first episode. Oh, my goodness. He has been here the longest. Representing the three-time Super Bowl champion. I'm talking about my Las Vegas Raiders. Yes, sir. He's Oklahoma State alumni. Yes, sir. He is my man, the very talented and Mr. Young Mark.
Host, come on now. You forgot something, man. I also represent the reigning, defending United Football League champion.
You left
What's up, baby? We the champion out here.
I forgot about that. My bad, brother. My bad.
Real quick, I got to give a real to sports shout out to my man, Emma Kawakami. He is a 10-year-old phenom. He got on the world stage last night at the X Games and absolutely destroyed the stage. I put some of his content in the Real to Sports group on Facebook. Go check it out. But shout out to Emma Kawakami, 10 years old and a phenom, man.
That's what's up.
Ooh, the next generation about to do something great.
That's what's up, bro. That's what's up. 10 years old.
10 years old and won a bronze medal at the X Games.
I got to get back into that. I used to watch the X Games when I was younger.
Damn. That's what's up, man. 10 years old.
10 years old, bro. He would have put Tony Hawk to shame. Like Tony Hawk was rooting for him real bad.
What was it? It was skateboarding or snowboarding?
Yeah,
what
he was
he
skateboarding on the half pipe, and he was literally like pulling out some of Tony Hawk's most legendary tricks. He was putting Tony Hawk to shame, bro. 10 years old. It's in the Real Sports group.
Jeez. Shout out to him, man. Shout out to him. Oh yeah. That's him, baby. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Representing Duval and the Jacksonville Jaguars. He just retained his Real Sports Wrestling Trivia Championship.
No, he did he?
Yeah, he did. Just retained it. He is the 2024 Real Sports Podcast MVP. He is Rockstar Rock in the building.
Yeah, I'm gonna make this short and sweet because we got a big panel here today. I successfully defended my Real Sports Wrestling Trivia Championship. I put on an MVP type performance, just like SGA did to crown the OKC Thunder the NBA champ. So, Mark is a good, opponent. And I told him any other time he wanted another shot, I'm open to it. I'm not ducking no type of situation or anything of that nature. So let's move on and let's have a good show.
Let's get it, baby. He said, "You want some? Come get some."
Hey, host.
Yes, sir.
Like Rock was saying, we do have a big podcast, but it wouldn't be right if I didn't do it.
Come on with it. Duval is in the building, ladies and gentlemen. Let's go, baby. Pumped up. Let's jump over to the world of NBA. Let's start this thing out. What happened Sunday? The Oklahoma City Thunder, they just won their first NBA championship in history. The players stood braced, smiled, but didn't break out in celebration. Not yet. Maybe they were frozen by the moment by disbelief, but you can understand that the Thunder had never won this big before after 17 years in this city. How do you react when your dream is realized? So it required a veteran of these types of situations to step forward. Guard Alex Caruso, crowned in 2020 as a member of the Lakers, took the lead. With 32 seconds left in the 20th game 7 in NBA Finals history, the outcome finally safe as Paycom Center buzzed and Caruso faced the crowd, pulled on his jersey, cupped his ears, and waved his hands in a let's hear it manner. Yes, finally, OKC. Yes, 2025 champions. The Thunder dominated the league all season, setting point differential records with dominant defensive ratings along the way. But the series against the Indiana Pacers team made them sweat, but pushed them to the limit. Turns out nothing comes easily or automatically after all. Not in the NBA, and certainly when a title is at stake. The Thunder would discover plenty about themselves in this series, their stamina, their composure, and their determination. Also, they revealed plenty as well, their defense, depth, overall talent, of course, and the season-long brilliance of Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. As he checked out of the game Sunday with seconds left, Jalen Williams, the capable co-star, pulled his jersey over his moist eyes and needed a bro hug from Isaiah Hartenstein. And finally, hit him with a lot harder than Hartenstein's shoulder. Williams was a champ at the age of 24. And he said this, and I quote, "My mom was crying in the stands." And he said, so that made me tear up. Small market, big dreams, massive playoff for the second youngest team to win a championship behind only the 1976-77 Portland Trailblazers. All right, so let's start the show off with, where'd he go? MVP took off.
He was having audio issues.
Oh, okay, I see. All right, so let's start the show off with the OG then. OG, man, what do you think about Oklahoma City winning their first NBA championship? And what do you think as how you give me your thoughts about the NBA Finals as a whole?
It was two new teams that we were not accustomed used to. Not the main stars that we was accustomed used to. As far as we're gonna say LeBron James and Stephon Curry. Either one of those two was always popping up in the finals. Something different. Congratulations to OKC. They at least gave us 7 games, a 7-game series. I just really feel that it's a young league now that we're gonna have to get used to. Mm-hmm. A fast league. And a lot of young players, a lot of old players that we so used to is going to fade out. So the NBA is going to be different. I got to get accustomed used to different things that's going to be in the NBA, and I see this is changing of the tides, to me. And so I wasn't really too much on it. So because, like I said, I'm still the old school type of basketball player and viewer, but things are changing. And so, when things change, you have to go along with change. And so I'll be paying attention much more with all these young athletes, including we have the NBA draft the other day, and all these other young players moving around and get a different perspective of the game. But I want to congratulate OKC for the tremendous job that they've done. They look like they're on their way to maybe can build multiple championships. The road is just beginning, so we're gonna see. And like I say, I hate that happened to
Tyrese Haliburton.
Yeah, I hate that what happened to him. To tear your Achilles in the championship final game. And well, here's the question to me. I was trying to wonder is that I know they had the Madden curse and everybody tore their ACL in the playoffs wore the number 0. So is the players that wear 0, are they gonna stop wearing 0, or the ones that wear 0, the ones that tore the ACL that wore the 0, when they come back in, are they gonna wear a different number? Because it seems like that number might be a curse. Like they say the Madden curse is. That's something that they'll probably think about, and we might see some changes in that area. But otherwise than that, yeah, I want to congratulate them for winning the NBA championship.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Before I go to the MVP, I want to say, man, just really fast, Oklahoma City, they really deserve this. And I know Tyrese Haliburton went down, but to me, I wouldn't think Indiana would beat them even if he was on the court, because their defense was just outstanding the whole entire game. The pressing, the too high that they was playing, that was just impressive. And to do it with such composure without fouling. I mean, every time the ball coming in, they was right there. That's why I try to teach my kids to be right there. But that defense was just off the chain. Shout out to Oklahoma City, man. They remind me of my San Antonio Spurs. They're doing it with just like one star on their team, which is SGA, but they're doing it with not a lot of people on the map, on this team, and they did it, and they did it with professionalism, and they handled their business, man. So right outcome to me. MVP, what's your thoughts about the NBA Finals as a whole?
I loved it because it
John Stowe, what's up, boy?
It brought out what Q Dog was, talking about for during the playoffs. He was saying it wasn't a lot of physicality in the NBA, and we got to see that on the last stage of the NBA playoffs with two teams that bring that physicality on defense, and they it was a good series. No team actually really had what you can say home court advantage because they both stole games on each other's court. So it came down to that final game that you as a fan would like to see, especially in the NBA playoff, especially in the finals. Over the last few years, we got a lot of different we only got 5 games last year. The year before that, we got 6. The year before that, it was 6 games. So, certain teams was fairly overmatched. The other team going into the finals, if you look at the results. But this year, both teams evenly matched. Only difference was that SGA was a guy that was going to go get his buckets. Tyrese Haliburton was the facilitator of his team, also as being a vocal leader and things.
What's up, fam?
So it was to me, I felt for Tyrese Haliburton getting all the way to that point, and the brother was cooking. Like the brother was cooking before he went down, and that's the thing that really, really hurt, as far as Indiana and things of that nature. But the game was still within reach, as far as with the moments afterwards, So, but I like how it turned out. The best team won.
Best team won.
As far as statistic wise and record wise, that's been the notion going into the last few finals. The team with the best stats and defense ended up winning the actual NBA finals. And prayers to Tyrese Haliburton, prayers to Jason Tatum as well as Damian Lillard. Those were the three guys in the playoffs that Q-Dog was saying that wore the number 0 that tore their Achilles. Not necessarily wasn't their ACL. It was their Achilles injuries. And, you know, shout prayers to them. And we hope to see a speedy, a good recovery from those guys and to see them, you know, take their next steps in their futures regarding to their NBA careers.
Streets, how you feel about the NBA Finals?
Well, host, you know, first of all, I couldn't disagree with you and T-Rock more. You know, I couldn't disagree with y'all more. Saying that OKC was the best team. Hey, listen, it was a game 7. So that right there tell me they were equally matched. They went down to a game 7. At halftime, host, that score was 49-47, somewhere in that range. And if I'm mistaken, Indiana was up. So
about 1 point.
Listen, exactly, but it was up. You know what I mean? So that right there tell me that they could play with them. Taking them to a game 7, it was anybody's ball game. So I can't say that they was the team that was supposed to win it. No, I can't say that. I think the best two. Yeah, the best two series to me in the NBA Finals ended in injury. The Knicks and the Celtics, and then this one with the Indiana and OKC ended in injury. So it sort of was anticlimactic to me with those injuries coming into place. I can't say that OKC would have won that game with Haliburton. Haliburton came out, he was feeling himself. He was really balling. You know, so I think I don't know how that would have ended. I would have loved to see it play out. I can't just say that OKC because they had a better regular season and they was obligated to win this. I don't think that's the case. Indiana was smacking people all year. Ever since the All-Star break, they had the best record in basketball. So that right there tells me that Indiana had a chance. I think injuries totally played a part in it. I like the playoffs for the most part, but I wish the big stars could remain healthy, throughout the game. But for the most part, I enjoyed the NBA playoffs. But I gotta totally disagree with y'all saying that OKC was the team that was supposed to win it. They was going to win it because I just don't see it that way. I really don't.
Indiana though, hey, come on, man. Indiana got to look at the Irish, bro. They got to look at the Irish. No, I wouldn't say they dominated. They went against. I mean, no, bro.
I mean, Cleveland has some players injured. So when I think about this playoffs in a whole, I think about injuries because they lucky.
They lucky.
They played a part in the whole thing.
Lucky. They are lucky. Jason Tatum.
I can't necessarily say that.
Boston. They would have.
Wall Street said that because he picked Indianapolis in 7. That's why. He picked Indy in 7. That's why.
Tyrese Haliburton is not the player that everybody thinks. Why
what you
is
mean,
everybody? He shows up.
What you mean?
He shows up at the right place at the right time. Give
me that type of person anytime.
No,
give me the type of person that's going to show up in the right place at the right time.
But you're the star of the team. You need to be there the whole entire time.
But he's not a SGA type of player, host. He gonna give you 10 assists, 15 to 20 points, 8 to 9 rebounds as well. He's gonna be flirting with that triple double almost every game. So he's just not that. He's just not. He's not a superstar. I would say he's a star.
TJ McConnell is more of a star than he was.
The only reason TJ can be that type of player is because Haliburton is there. Trust me. If Haliburton went there, you started TJ from beginning to end, he'll show his true colors. He'll give about 20 minutes, host. About 20 minutes, all you're going to get out of him.
He did.
He's going to turn that ball over. He's going to do all that.
Yeah, that's true. You're right. Because he tried. He tried to bring him, but okay.
20 minutes. He can give you all he got for 20 minutes.
Yeah. But he was gone after that, bro. He was
I really think I wanted to see OKC late in that game, close game, with Indiana on their ass because Indiana has been winning those games all playoffs long. So I wanted to see them in that scenario, man. We're sort of robbed of that.
Yeah, I agree with you on that. They was tough. Indiana was tough. They was tough. I'm gonna shut up now.
They did give you that scenario in game 5.
Yeah.
Hey, listen. In game 1, what they do in game 1 though? What they do in game 1? They won
I think it was game 4, right? Game 4, didn't they? Game 4, wasn't that game close?
Yeah, it was close.
OKC, and OKC pulled it out. Indiana was up 8, I think, or they brought the game.
Well,
Oklahoma
also
City came back
Indiana
with
won
Tyrese
game 1.
Haliburton.
But Indiana won game 1 was close. So they showed me they can win. Just like they can lose a close game, they can win it. So I wanted to see them in that game 7.
In the playoffs, they needed Haliburton. They needed for real. I give you what you're saying because the usage.
He opens up everything.
Within like 20 points.
He opens up everybody's game, man. He opens up Obi Toppin games. He opened up Mathurin's game. He opened up everybody's game when he's in there.
You will never see the Pacers in the finals again. You will never see them in the finals again. You will never see them. You'll never see them in the finals again.
They've been flirting with it for the last couple of years, host. But with this year, I don't think so because Haliburton will probably be out the whole year.
You got to a house, but you ain't hit it. You ain't no, bro. They ain't getting there. They ain't getting there no more. Boston, they're not going to get past the Celtics. The Celtics.
Oh, the Celtics ain't going to be the same team. The Celtics are empty in the tank. They let everybody
I know
go.
it's a different sport, but they said the same thing about us.
Man, we talking about no goddamn Eagles.
I swear. I can't say nothing green.
Okay.
Except unless it's money.
World champion. They the champ, so I got to put some respect.
But nah.
Yeah, Philly G, give me your point. I'm talking. Go ahead.
It's like I somewhat, agree with both sides, really. Like, I agree with what Street was saying. OKC wasn't really the better team like that. But I also hear, like, yeah, OKC was equipped, though, to win this championship. Yes, it's unfortunate that Tyrese Haliburton got injured. Granted, I think if he's healthy, the Pacers win this. That's just me. As much as I was pulling for OKC to win, I really think that the Pacers was going to win that last game if he stays healthy.
No fucking way. They're going to lose.
All right. I'm telling you, if that slip and fall don't happen, we're sitting here talking about the Pacers winning their first championship, not OKC. That's how I see it. That's my opinion. Doesn't make it a fact. I'm just saying.
That's true.
The way that they played in all the games, really, but it was something about game 6 and game 7 in the beginning, really.
Yeah.
But congratulations to OKC, not going to take it away. It's unfortunate that nobody got hurt, but that's not just the main reason why OKC won.
Right.
Outside of this, I don't agree with what you said, though, host. I disagree with the host. Mark, I disagree with the I'm not gonna sit here and say that this is the last time we're gonna see the Pacers in it. Hell nah. They got a bright future. They have a bright future. They do. Boston, no offense, Rock. Please, just know this is coming from a place of love.
Shoot it.
Boston's not really the team I'm worried about anymore. I'm not even worried about Milwaukee. I'm more so worried about how the Knicks play out because they've done this, the past 2 years now. Hey,
Philly G.
I'm just saying, bro.
I know you've been away for a while, bro, but the Knicks.
I'm just saying.
Worried about
I'm also a Sixers fan. Yeah, I was getting ready to say that, Wall Street. I was getting ready to say that. Like, this is coming from a Sixers fan, too. I really got to worry about everybody. Hell, I worry about the Hornets before I worry about anything else.
Oh, damn. I knew it was coming, bro.
But like to sit here and say that the Pacers aren't gonna make it back there again, host. That's blasphemy, bro. It can happen, and it probably will happen. They'll get their first one probably 5 years from now, probably a year from now. I don't know, but hey, who knows? But that's my opinion on it. Congratulations to SGA though. It's hard to hate the guy. Well deserved MVP, Finals MVP. Scoring champion and all that. Now I will say pass the damn ball, Kobe, RIP. But I'm just saying, he showed up when the team needed him most, and they got the job done. That's it. That's how it happens.
Pass the ball. Yeah. I can agree on some things like that. Mark. Last but not least, Mark, how you feel about the NBA Finals? Because I am about to explode, so hurry up.
So this two different perspectives here. From a basketball perspective, it was a great game 7, and I tend to agree with Street and with Rockstar Rock.
Oh boy,
I think whether you love him or hate him, one thing you can't deny: every series that Tyrese Haliburton played in this playoffs alone, I ain't saying career-wise or looking into the future or anything like that, but in this particular playoffs in 2025, every series he played in, Indiana was right there in key crucial moments when it mattered the most. He was on fire at the start of that game. I'm not saying he would have single-handedly won that game for them, but I definitely think if he would have kept playing at that level, Indiana would have been sticking around with OKC. And strictly from a basketball perspective, the reason why I thought OKC was about to lose game 7 was because they like you always say, host, you have to have a dog to win. I was waiting for the dogs to step up in OKC because I'm thinking, it's devastating that Tyrese Haliburton went down, and I expect the Indiana to freeze and pause a little bit. But it looked like for a little stretch there that the Thunder had paused a little bit too. Like they were shocked to see a opposing player go down like that. It wasn't until late in the third quarter where they started to turn into some killers and started to smell the blood in the water and started to go after it. But for a while there, they were just froze. They were stuck. And I don't know, man. I just have to believe that if Haliburton wouldn't have gotten hurt and if he would have stayed hot like he was, OKC would have struggled to not only take the lead from Indiana, but I think they would have struggled to put them away. Because SGA MVP got mad respect for him. He didn't shoot the ball that particularly well in Game 7. He got a lot of his points off of the free throw line. But I think from Indiana's perspective, I'm devastated. That Tyrese Haliburton went down. I was expecting Pascal Siakam to step up and do a little bit more, being the former champion that he is, but he had a very quiet night himself. But yeah, man, there's no shade to OKC, and I'm not trying to rile the host up or nothing like that. But recent history showed us, man, you get to the dance with the one that brought you, and Tyrese Haliburton was bringing Indiana to the dance time and time again. But from the non-basketball perspective, I am incredibly happy for the 405, to the state of Oklahoma, to my people out there. I lived in Oklahoma. I was a part of that community during my time at OSU. That city and that state loves the Thunder. Everybody from Norman to Stillwater to Broken Arrow to Tulsa, the entire 405 loves them some Thunder. That is normally flyover country. That's normally forgotten about territory. Nobody ever talks about that place. It's old news, old Route 66. But the Thunder came to town, put the eyes of the basketball world on them. And when the city needed them the most, they got the job done. So now, small town, middle America that nobody else ever really thinks about, just a place that they fly over when they're going from LA to New York or to Boston or whatever. Finally, an underdog got a chance to hold the trophy and say, hey, we're the best in the world, and we got the trophy to prove it. So shout out to the Thunder. Really happy for that Oklahoma City community. Incredibly happy for them. And hopefully this is a sign that other small market teams like the one that I root for have a chance to finally win their first championship in my lifetime. But, fingers crossed. And also one last thing I have to say, I like how ever since Street came back, he's been stealing all of my gimmicks. He's become the number one Viking hater. He's disagreeing with the host. I mean, damn, is he going to take my day one title next? Thankfully.
Damn. John Cena and CM Punk, huh?
Facts. I am so thankful. I am so incredibly thankful. And shout out to the beautiful production team at ESPN for this finals. Not one damn time during the finals and not one damn time during the NBA draft did they mention the fact that the Charlotte Hornets drafted and traded SGA on draft night. Thank you for not reminding me of that horrible decision by my team. Thank you.
You mentioned it to me.
Yes, we drafted SGA and traded him to the Clippers in exchange for Miles Bridges.
Y'all did Kobe. Y'all did Kobe again, didn't you?
Yes, we did. But thankfully, nobody remembers this one. Thankfully, nobody talks about it, so I can live.
I don't know, host. Maybe I got to come back officially now. I got to talk about that every week. I got to remind them. of that.
You know, I swear I try to leave this on, but y'all just some Tyrese Haliburton fans. It's fine. It's fine. Y'all they fans. I mean, y'all boy, if he was there, shit. No, he is not. I'm trying to tell you, bro. He is not. Indiana was there by the luck of the Irish. They better be lucky that Jason Tatum went down.
I'll admit. They got lucky against the Knicks with the whole.
If Cleveland didn't have all those injuries, now we're going to if part. If Cleveland didn't have all those injuries, Cleveland would be there. We can't sleep on Cleveland, but for Indy to say Tyrese Haliburton is just this star, no, he's not.
Host, that's why I'm disagreeing with you again, though, because if I'm not mistaken, Indiana stole 2 at the house against the Cavs. So I'm just saying.
And one stole one at home against Oklahoma City.
He does not take over a game like a star. Jason Tatum takes over a game. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander takes over a game. Hell, sometimes LeBron James take over a game.
But the thing is about LeBron,
Anthony, Ant-Man in Minnesota. They're dogs that take over the game. Tyrese,
it's just look different.
All those names you just said were sitting at home watching SGA and Haliburton play, though.
That's very
exactly.
It don't matter. They were sitting at home.
But I'm not talking about the wins and the losses. I'm talking about the talent.
It just looked different, host. It just looked different. He served it up to you a little differently. You know what I mean? Instead of the 30 points, 35 points, he's gonna give you 20 points and 10 assists. You know, so 20 points, 15 assists.
So he's gonna go Willis Reed. He's gonna go in the locker room for all game.
He's more like a John Stockton. He more like a John Stockton than a Willis Reed. He more like a John Stockton.
No, not even John Stockton was a killer.
He'll give you 20, 10 points. He'll give you 20 points and 10 assists, 8, 9 rebounds, couple steals. He just makes it all go, host. He makes it go. He makes everybody in their position where they need to be. When you take him out, now people.
That's what it is.
And people haven't seen a true point guard in a lot of years, bro. They haven't seen a true point guard that I'm trying to assist and not score.
Miss Jones, what's happening? What's
going on?
Miles Turner is that team, bro. Miles Turner.
No, hell no. Miles Turner had a terrible series, host. Terrible. He was terrible.
Siakam more.
No way.
Exactly. Pascal Siakam.
Miles Turner's always up for trade discussion.
Siakam and Haliburton, the leaders.
Pascal Siakam kept that Indiana Pacers team in the finals. He kept them there. Not Tyrese Haliburton.
Miles.
Well, I don't know about that, man. Haliburton hit some big shots.
Get out of
Mathurin
here.
was showing that
the way their team is designed.
The finals, bro. Tyrese Haliburton
the way their team is
nothing. He did not do
the
nothing.
way their team made up, though. They ain't made up for one star to be the star on every night. You know, they ain't gonna have one star get 30 shots every night. That's not how they set up, man. They just not set up like that. Haliburton may take
in order to win a streak, you have to be set up that way.
That's not necessarily true. They was right there, host. They were right there. If not for the injury, we will never know how this would have played out. That's not true. They was right there.
He would have not took over and beat this OKC team at home. That defense.
I disagree. He might not took over. He might have took over with his assists, though. He might have got. Mathurin had 20 that night. If Haliburton was there, he could have had even more. Obi Toppin would have definitely had more.
But Macklin got his at the end of the game. They didn't give a shit at the end of the game. They let TJ McConnell just run around.
You can't take the leader off your team and think it's not going to affect you.
They let him run around. TJ McConnell. They let him run around, score all these points, and guess what? 10 minutes, he was tired. He was gassed. No more.
I know. That's what I'm saying.
That's when they hit the final blow on him.
Haliburton put everybody in their spot. TJ wouldn't have to do all that goddamn running around. If Haliburton there, he would have been playing his normal minutes and had probably even more of a better impact because Haliburton would have been there.
Host, what is like your real beef with Haliburton though?
No,
I'm hearing
that's what I want to know.
It seems like so much. I know he plays in my. I know he's playing in my conference, but I can't sit here and say I hate the guy. But you know, Nimhard was going crazy. Mathurin was going crazy. Miles Turner was sitting in the corner somewhere doing nothing, sitting pretty, and then you had TJ McConnell being the dog. So I'm just saying.
What? Let me say it. It's no beef. I just do not like when the media and everybody else hype a guy up to be something special. He is not. He's a great basketball player. But
you know what grinds my gears, host?
He's not a dog.
It's when like there's a good player on the team, and somebody like yourself. I mean, you have the right to your opinion. I can't say you don't. He's a dog, believe it or not. He's a dog. He's a dog. But it's not like we're gonna go out here and play with an Achilles or anything like that. Like we're not gonna do it to the detriment of long-term health. It's like he got his team to Game 7 in the finals, the biggest game of anybody's career in the NBA. Biggest games in the NBA, period. Most important.
At halftime.
What are we talking about right here?
Listen.
What are we talking about?
Hold on. Luke, everybody said the same thing about Luka Doncic last year, right? But they said we lost. Luka Doncic led that team, that Dallas Maverick team, all the way to the finals, right?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Did he not?
Yep.
Luka Doncic is more of a dog than Tyrese Haliburton.
How when they went to the same damn
place and got the same goddamn results.
And if I'm not mistaken, wasn't it worse for Dallas? Wasn't it worse for Dallas than it was for
y'all just say
the Pacers?
Luka Doncic and did you just say that Luka Doncic and Tyrese Haliburton is on the same? Did one of y'all just say?
No, we said they got to the same. They got to the
nobody
same
said that over here.
And had the same results. They got to the same destination. And the same results. Both of them got sent off. As a matter of fact, I think Indiana went to at least Game 7. I don't even think Dallas went the same game.
But that's what I was getting at. Street. Because Dallas. Look, Celtics is 5. Anyway, Dallas lost worse, and I do too. But anyway, yeah, Dallas lost worse. Than they all went to the same land, but it's like yes, the results are the same, but at the same time.
Y'all gonna give Haliburton his respect, man.
You know, he's pushing OKC to their limit up until the Achilles.
Host, you would love to have a point guard on your team like Tyrese Haliburton right now.
I bet you if a trade went down for Tyrese Haliburton in the future for him to go to the Spurs, he'd be cheering that man on.
No,
I'm telling you.
Give me Cade Cunningham.
Give you who? You said Cade Cunningham?
Give me Cade Cunningham.
Number 1 overall pick from Vigo.
Cade Cunningham is a dog.
Yes,
I mean,
he's solid,
but he plays for Detroit.
Yeah.
That's what I'm
saying. Where was Detroit at though? Where did Cade Cunningham get his team, and where did Tyrese Haliburton get his team at this year?
Thank you.
He was setting on the
porch. It's a team sport. It's not about one person. SGA has players around him too. SGA is the best player on this team, but he has players around him.
But Cade Cunningham led the Pistons, who was trash.
Talk about it.
To the fucking playoffs.
That's like LaMelo Ball leading the Charlotte Hornets to the finals. It's probably not gonna happen, but yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Detroit talent, Detroit talent, Indiana talent.
LaMelo Ball will have a bigger impact than Tyrese Haliburton if he was in the final.
Don't get me started. No, LaMelo Ball does not play basketball.
That is crazy. No, they would get swept. They would get swept playing SGA and OKC like that. Stop it. No. That was just talking. We're just talking now.
Already. What are you telling me? What are you talking about?
LaMelo does not play winning basketball.
If
he played with
LaMelo
guys,
does not play winning. LaMelo does not play winning basketball, man. All that showboating, shooting from half court shit, that is not gonna work, bro. He don't play winning basketball.
Let me hear from Q.
Listen, he ain't no Steph Curry, okay? He ain't no Steph Curry.
Is Tyrese Haliburton overrated or not?
Come on, host.
I mean, he wants to say no.
But I would say that he doesn't woo you with his game, but some kind of way. I don't know what it is about him that he has the team winning. So it's something. He's not the kind of person that's going to score 25, 30 points a game. But it depends on how you look at it.
That's all I'm really saying. He's not exciting, but he's good.
He's not exciting, but to me, he has some kind of way of putting the W's up. He getting them winning.
There you go.
You know, and then through the stretch of the stretch of the playoffs, he was able, you know, and then before he got hurt in the game 7 when he throws back-to-back big long threes, he was letting them know that he this is the game that he's going to fight. You know, this was going to be a type of different. It was going to be a different type of Haliburton.
Exactly.
Because he was kind of on in a little bit. Yeah, that's what he's supposed to do anyway. Yeah, but he was letting them know those long 3 pointers. Yeah, he was letting them know. So they kind of built. Yeah, but they kind of built that momentum with him before he was knocked out the game, and then they carried it a little bit with him because they felt that. But you know, towards the end, him not being around to give them that kind of that's how they got pulled away from him. But I really feel that it's just I'm gonna let you host. You know, he I don't think he really is a dog. Don't get me wrong, but it's something about him. I don't think he.
But it's just something about him.
Hey,
when you put him on another team,
he's not.
See, Hulk like that pit bull dog.
He's that golden retriever. I don't know if he can get a team to play it just like he can with Indiana. You put him on another team, he's not the kind of person that'll go out there and woo you all and scoring and dunking and all and shooting all these jumpers and all that kind of stuff. But he do things at the right moments. You know,
there you go.
That's what we're saying. He's putting his team in position to win.
He just said that he came in the right time with his team, right? That's every player's job to be right there. Every player's job, but it's not every player's job to take their team all the way like that. He did not carry the Indiana Pacers to the finals. He hit a game.
They're not
to take them, but
they're not
carry them. He did not carry them.
They're not constructed. They're not constructed for him to carry them. They're not constructed like that, host.
He carried them in their biggest moments, though. I will
say
big
games. It's some big shots, man.
He did.
Reggie Miller carried that team in the 1995 Eastern Conference semifinals against the Knicks. Reggie Miller carried that team. That is a dog. You carry your team. You can't compare those two.
Where did that lead them?
You can't compare those two. I'm not comparing the two. I'm giving an example on what a dog is.
So what
he was carrying them. In that first half, he hit big shots in that first half. Had them up at half until he blew his Achilles out. He was set up to make it a game, host. They was up. He played well in that first half.
Though. You can say their impact level was the same.
You can't tell me the 12 assists ain't an impact, bro.
Yes, sir. Go ahead, Mark.
I just want to say real quick.
Love this.
While I don't agree with you, host, I just want to say from Raider brother. Now hear me out. From Raider brother to Raider brother. I understand where you're coming from. I understand why you're saying what you're saying, because the exact same thing that you're saying about Tyrese Haliburton and the exact same reaction that you're getting out of the podcast panel is the exact same situation I've been in for the last couple of years whenever we bring up Lamar Jackson on this show. So I get it. I understand where you're coming from. I'm with host on it. Host don't get ready. I get what he's saying now.
Lamar has accolades.
Hold on now.
Tyrese Haliburton, all the thing that people have said about him is just Tyrese Haliburton. Look, he's a great player. I'm not taking anything away from that man. He's a great player, but he is not a guy that you're going to put on your fucking team to goddamn win. You're just not.
That's how I feel about
Whoa. Host, he played winning basketball, host.
He who?
That's what he does. He plays winning basketball.
He hoops, not he who.
So why he ain't do it last year? Why is it this year his breakout year? Why?
That I can't.
No, last year they played well. They got far. They got to the conference. They got swept. What they get to though? Didn't they get to the conference finals? I mean,
we swept them.
Yeah, when they got to the conference finals, though, that's a great step for a young team. Yeah, they got swept by a team that's way better talented.
They could have got one.
Way much better talent.
I will tell you this: they should have won game one.
And then the next year,
they should have won game one.
They went.
They had the same team last year.
They
took a step forward.
They made that. Yeah, come on, man. There was a young team headed to the conference finals. Got swept by a much better team, a team that had been in conference finals before. They got swept. They came right back next year, and they get there to the finals in a game 7, up at halftime, and my man blows Achilles out, and they lose. Come on, bro. Come on, man.
I get what you're saying because it's the same way as like people saying Jalen Brunson, his impact for the Knicks. You can argue that Tyrese Haliburton's impact for Indiana is just as important as Jalen Brunson's impact for the Knicks, and he proved it twice against Jalen Brunson that he can go against him. So I mean, I get what y'all all saying. I get what we all talking about.
Jalen Brunson is a guy. He's a dope. He's brung the
Yes, sir. What school did he go to?
What it is hosts want to see Tyrese Haliburton go get you 40. That's
40.
what
He's not gonna do that.
That's what it is.
Scores.
No. Hosts want to see Tyrese Haliburton bring these guys to a 60-game, 50-game team, not 40.
Hey, but host, they won the most games since the All-Star break. They were the team that won the most games from the All-Star break to the end of the year.
In the playoffs, man, you got to be fortunate and lucky though, and that's what they were.
Yeah,
he hit big shots. They was at the right place at the right time.
They were lucky. So they were lucky in the series against the Cavs, is what you're saying.
Hey, people said that about our rings last year.
Cleveland
Cavaliers the easiest way to the finals.
If the Cleveland Cavaliers did not have all those injuries, they wouldn't have got beat. But
that's a if. Injuries gonna happen. You gotta play through the injuries. No matter what the sport is, you gotta. That's why you have a depth chart and backups. They come in to step in when they're needed. They either gonna step up or they're gonna step aside. The Cavs stepped aside, and that was on them.
And so Indiana stepped aside when Haliburton went down, right?
Yeah,
I wouldn't say that, but yeah, to some degree, yes.
Yeah, it just messed up that it happened in the game 7. You know what I mean? Late in the game 7.
Two guys stepped up for Indiana: T.J. McConnell,
Mathurin.
Benedict
Nembhard, right?
Yeah, Mathurin. Because Mathurin had the face of like, we're gonna come back and beat y'all. But
listen, about time they tried to step up, OKC already was hitting them with blows. So OKC with the smart that they was already doing, y'all want to get out fine, and they let them go. And guess what? Benedict started getting hurt in the game because he started doing wild, stupid shots trying to bring them back. T.J. McConnell was running all around the court. Guess what? 10 minutes, he was gassed.
But if they had Haliburton, he would have kept him metal. He would have kept him settled.
Nembhard out there. Nembhard could have been knocking down.
Haliburton is the leader of that team. Haliburton.
Nembhard is trash.
He's not trash when he playing next side Haliburton, bro. He has big games, man. This dude's
now Street had me in the first half, and then he said when he's with. It's like, okay, it shouldn't matter if Haliburton's out there or not. You do have to step up.
It does matter. If anybody done played basketball before, when you lose your goddamn point guard, it changes everything. Everything, bro. You're not used to handling the ball. Now I got to handle the ball.
You right. It depends on how.
It puts everybody. It puts everybody in a role that they're not, especially in the game 7. All right. Especially in the game 7.
Even fucking the Joker play. He's a center,
bro.
And he bringing the ball. Don't get me started on that shit.
Your starting point guard goes down in a game 7.
Don't
look what happened with LeBron when Kyrie and them went down. He couldn't rebound either.
Everybody plays point guard.
No, everybody don't play like Haliburton though. All right, everybody in that team don't. You telling me that Nembhard played point guard the same as Haliburton? Stop it. McConnell don't even play the same as Haliburton.
It's a different presence. It's a different presence. It makes your team play different.
It's a common presence. It's a common presence when your starting point guard is out there, bro. In a game 7 at that. Now, we just lost him in the game 7. All the emotions of that. Hey, man, I just think that we'll never know if he would have been playing, what it would have turned out like. I got my money on Indiana, man. I really think I like the way they played in close games all series long.
I think it was
OKC didn't win close games this series. They didn't win close games. They either blew a team out or they lost a close game. They didn't play close games well this whole series. Now we could have kept it close. I want to see what would happen.
We can move on to the next topic.
Yeah, OKC got lucky. I think OKC got lucky.
Look, I love this conversation, but yeah, I agree with Rock. Let's talk about KD and Houston.
Hey. I control this here, goddammit. Let me tell you this. This dude Tyrese Haliburton, yeah, he's great. I'm not taking anything from him. OKC did not get lucky, bro. They've been dominant the whole from game one all the way, all 82 games. They had the #1 spot in the Western Conference. In the NBA. They've been the best team in the NBA consistently all year long. Nobody has a better record than them. Nobody. So they're not lucky. They deserve to be there.
Oh, they ain't lucky. They deserve to be there, but
deserve or they earned.
So did Indiana.
Deserve or
they earned to be there, and so did Indiana. And once you get to the playoffs, the hell with the regular season. Once you get to the playoffs, the regular season go out the window, bro. That don't matter no more.
Oklahoma City didn't have no luck, bro. They didn't have to wait on nobody to lose, and they didn't have to wait on nobody to get injured. They didn't have to do that. They dominated the whole season. They dominated. They beat Denver.
But they didn't dominate Indiana, though.
They beat every top team in the NBA. They beat everybody. That's a dog.
I think they dodged the bullet, host. We'll never know, but they dodged the bullet.
In the finals. The brother did average 34 a game in the finals. That cannot be
I mean, that's fine. That's all good and dandy, but they were still found themselves with all of that. They still found themselves in a game 7, down at halftime. However you split it, they were still in a game 7, down at halftime. And it wasn't until the young boy went down with Achilles that everything turned around. So we will never know. But
he went down in the first quarter, though.
I mean, that's a big shot. That's a big shot, big assessment, bro. In a game 7,
if you tied it at halftime, what changed from halftime? Because I mean, it happened in the
what changed is we ain't got him no more. That's what changed.
Exactly. It happened in the first quarter.
It wasn't like they just suddenly realized it after the second quarter. They didn't.
So let me ask y'all this: would they had a better chance of winning? Would they would have had a better chance winning with him or without him?
Obviously,
I don't care who knows.
We can't go in hypothetical.
Host, they had done came in there and beat their ass in game 1
but by your
proved that they can beat them in OKC.
You said Indiana was up at halftime. So if they was up at halftime, that mean that their mentality was like, okay, we got them. They know that
my point is this. My point is we would never know.
Rick Carlisle was throwing TJ McConnell, Benedict. He was throwing Benedict. He was throwing everything he could. So the mindset never.
I still think they took Indiana's most important player off the board. Man, they took the most important piece off the board.
They didn't take he got hurt himself.
I mean, with him being hurt.
Yeah, he took himself off the board.
So, hey, look, if FGA,
arrest my case.
If SGA blow it,
arrest my case.
If SGA blow his Achilles, do they win? Do they win if he blow his Achilles? Did they take them? All right, then.
You can't say that because he dropped 40. Williams didn't. Jalen Williams dropped 40 in the finals.
You take Shea Gilgeous-Alexander off that team. Just like if you take Haliburton off their team, they are not the same teams. I don't care what y'all say. They are not the same teams if you take their starting point guards off the team. They just ain't the same squad.
I think with Haliburton, I think that he was the type of person that was with all the points, but he was kind of clutch in so many ways for the team. And then a lot of them didn't know how to take on. A lot of them didn't know once he went down, they didn't know how to take that on. You know what I'm saying? Because as these series went on throughout the playoffs, he was doing things to keep them in the game and also to let them know that they can still play with these teams and stuff like that. So he was like a momentum driver. And once he left, then everybody else, they was kind of like during the headlights in a way. They still had a little bit of that in them, but it faded out because he couldn't keep pumping that in them. He was gone.
Yeah, that was just adrenaline that was running off of.
Hold on, y'all just heard what Q said. Now let's go over with OKC. if when Shea Gilgeous-Alexander went out, Jalen Williams scored 40 points. He scored 40 points without SGA. So what are you saying?
Host, you can have one good game. He had a great game that game. They did. But like I said, OKC proved that they can go in there and win a game.
No,
they did it in the game one.
Durant stepped up too. Durant and
listen, I'm not saying they ain't a good squad. They're a great squad. But y'all making it sound like Indiana had no chance to win that game 7. And that ain't true if your boy would have stayed healthy. That is not true. They proved they can win in OKC by going in there winning game 1.
You just lost some money.
By winning game 1. I did lose my money. I did. But
see that?
That goddamn Achilles had a lot to do with it too. I really believe that.
Oh, man,
I would have felt much better if it would have stayed healthy.
Street boy, you my man. You'll back down, but you dead. You like Biggie Smalls. You dead wrong.
It's like I heard you naming a whole bunch of OKC players. I mean, yeah, they all stepped up.
I love basketball, and that shit is in my blood. It's gonna forever be in my blood. And I'm gonna say this, and I promise I'm gonna shut up. But I did want Indiana to win because of Reggie Miller, because Reggie Miller is one of my favorite players who I kind of mimicked my game after, because he was.
We noticed how you defended him earlier.
Oh hell yeah, Reggie Miller was the best when it come down to pick and roll or moving around. Reggie Miller was the best. So I mimicked when I played. I mimicked after Reggie Miller, so I wanted him to get that one, even though he's not on the team, but he's the greatest pacer of all time. So if he'd have got that, I'd have been fine. I didn't really give a shit who won, but you know, I'm glad it's over. But I'm just saying, like the Haliburton thing. But I'm gonna leave it alone. All right, I'm going on to the next one. I'm shutting up. I'm shutting up, y'all. I'm shutting up. All right, turn the switch off. Kevin Durant, the Rockets add 15-time All-Star Kevin Durant in the trade with the Suns. The Phoenix Suns reportedly traded their star forward Kevin Durant to the Houston Rockets. It ends weeks of speculation about where Durant will end up. Many teams were involved at various times, including Miami, Minnesota. In the end, Phoenix took the Rockets' offer. The blockbuster deal would send guard Jalen Green, guard Dylan Brooks, and the 2025 number 10 pick, what's his name? Help me out here. I want to kill this man's name. Whatever. Come on, Maloic, and 5 second-round picks to Phoenix.
Just call him Common.
Common. Yeah. So this is big. Kevin Durant once again goes to another team. So let's go back to the MVP here. I promise I will shut my mouth. I will not say anything. I tell you what. All right. So Brock, MVP. Kevin Durant goes to Houston. Kevin Durant traded to the Houston Rockets. I ain't put that question right. Will this damage his legacy by Kevin Durant going to the Houston Rockets?
Oh, okay. And the player was Malawak from Duke.
Malawak. Okay. Yeah. My bad, bro.
7-footer. No, it's fine. His name is it's hard to pronounce it.
Yeah,
but as far as Kevin Durant's his legacy being damaged, I mean, I don't really know, because it's a up and down question to really answer, because some people gonna have their views and opinions on it. In my opinion, I don't believe so. I believe that Kevin Durant has established himself as a Hall of Famer. Brother got gold medals every time we sent him over to the Olympics. He came back with a gold medal. He changed the franchise, as far as with going to he changed the balance of the NBA when he went to Golden State, won 2 Finals MVPs. Hit the same shot in the same area in the same game, 2 years straight in the NBA Finals against LeBron. So, some people may say his legacy may be damaged because after that he didn't do so well in Brooklyn, but he handled his business. He couldn't necessarily handle what everyone else was doing. His main job was to do what he was there to be paid to do. I would say the Phoenix route, him playing in Phoenix, Now that may have a little that may have a tarnishment on his legacy a little bit in people's eyes. And I feel like him going to Houston was the right move for him, because that way he is going to be on a young team, whereas he's the number one option. Now, how he goes about leading this young group, that's yet to be seen. But the last time I do believe this, he was coached under M.A. Udoka. That's when we got the most out. That's when they got the most out of Kevin Durant when he played in Brooklyn. So it should be something good to see. But to originally answer the question, I do not believe him going to Houston will damage his legacy. His legacy has already been cemented.
That's a good point there.
DMV, baby.
No question. There ain't no doubt. Philly G, how you feel with Kevin Durant joining the Houston Rockets? Will this damage his legacy by basically team hopping?
I mean, well, you know me, I like to start a little talk. He'll always be remembered as a snake anyway. But him going to Houston, like Rock said, like his legacy is not tarnished. I would say the run in Phoenix kind of made it seem like that. You know what I'm saying? Like it wasn't a good run in Phoenix. Him going to Houston with some young guys.
Will this work? You think this will work?
Huh?
You think this will work?
Honestly, host, I'm being real with you. Everything looks good on paper. Everything looks good on paper. But in my own opinion, yeah, I think it could work out. I think Houston definitely is well overdue as far as like, getting back to the championship, getting into playoffs and stuff like that. I'm not talking about no play-in and that crap. I feel like this could be like the time for KD to revitalize his legacy, really, to rejuvenate it in a way. Gosh, I mean, I don't know.
Yeah.
Before the show today, I felt like it was the worst thing, but now that I'm really thinking about it, it might be far from it. It might actually work out. They have a young team down there, man. Losing Dylan Brooks, of course, and who else was in that trade, by the way?
Jalen Green.
Oh,
that's the dog.
So I mean, you're losing Dylan Brooks and Jalen Green. It's like, I stand by what I said. Yeah, it's gonna work out. It can work out, and I believe that it will work out for Houston. If I'm not mistaken, they still got my boy down there too. Cam, the big dude. I forget his name from Villanova, but yeah, they got the big dude down there, and they got some young guys on that team. They got a good coaching staff. I think that they'll be all right. They might be the next team to play. Well, I ain't gonna go that far. They'll go to the playoffs. Just know that. They'll go to the playoffs. I don't see, as far as like his past team, I don't see the Suns being anywhere close to that. Devin Booker got to get up out of there himself. But yeah, for Kevin Durant, definitely a good spot for him. Period.
Okay.
Yeah. Sorry if I was all over the place, but yeah.
No, you're good. You're good. Streets, how you feel about Kevin Durant joining the Houston Rockets? Would this damage his legacy going forward?
Well, I don't think it'll damage his legacy because Kevin Durant is who I think he is. Bona fide scorer that needed to leave and team up with a team to win a title. You know what I mean? That's who he'll be to me. That's what, when I think about KD, that's what I think about. I think about him leaving Westbrook, going to team up with Curry now. And I wasn't a fan of that when it happened. I could be honest with you. I wasn't a fan. So I asked myself, what does a 37-year-old Kevin Durant gonna look like? Because he'll be 37 by the time the season started out.
Very true. Very true.
For the most part, he's always been healthy aside of the Achilles injury. So he's never been an injury-prone guy. Yeah. I like that. I absolutely love the Houston Rockets lineup, man. When you stick him in there, man. Şengün, you got Shepherd, the young boy that can just shoot the ball. Jabari Smith, Thompson. You got Van Vliet. Man, they set up Prime to go get it in the next 3 years. They really are. So I think it was a great move on Houston's part. When you lose Dylan Brooks and an inconsistent young Jalen Green, he's a good scorer, but he's inconsistent, man. He really is, and he showed it a lot in the playoffs this year.
Very true.
And you take him out and you put seasoned Kevin Durant in there. They're not going to ask him to average 35. Just come up in the big games, hit big shots. Man, I think Houston may be one of those teams, man, that you got to look at that may have a chance to go win this thing next year or the next 2 years. So I'm liking it. And KD, like I said, I wasn't a fan of his move, but, he chose to do what he did. Won them 2 chips and was the best player when he did it. So, yeah, I don't think it'll taint his legacy too much, especially if he can go here to Houston and bring these guys and push him over the top. Then, I think this would cement his legacy as one of the best players they ever put on the sneakers.
Yeah. Now I'm going to agree with Streets on that. I'm going to agree with Streets.
Real quick, host.
Yes, sir.
Remember how I mentioned like the kid Cam Whitmore is who I was thinking of. I was saying like they got the young big man, so they'll be fine.
Yeah, I got you. OG, how you feel about Kevin Durant joining the Houston Rockets, man? Will this hurt his legacy? Because he has went all over in the NBA so far. It's like it's 16.
Yeah, I really feel that it's going to hurt his legacy and also hurt the team. My sister-in-law, she is the biggest Kevin Durant fan that I know in my life. That's the only reason why she really follows the NBA, because she follows this man everywhere he goes. The reason why I'm saying is I feel it's on the same level as I feel about Lamar Jackson. It's to the point where it gets kind of redundant with him. To me, what's up there? That's John, my man John. I really feel like, I think he would have been a better role with this young team at his age if he would have played the role toward the end of his career like Rasheed Wallace or Paul Pierce when they went to other teams and was able to, when these teams went to playoffs and they need a veteran to come in and hit a clutch shot, just not disturb the chemistry of a team, but to come in and with this experience that he had and being around to be able to catapult the team in playoffs.
Yeah.
As far as him mixing him in with what they got going, this is terrible. This is terrible. I mean, they got a nice young team that's playing the way that they're playing with their youthfulness.
Yeah.
You put this man in, he basically gonna kind of slow him down.
Yeah.
In a way. He gonna slow him down. And so like I say, when I say I look at him in the aspect I look at Lamar Jackson, is that they woo us all the time and we're scoring and this and that, but at the same time he cannot stack multiple championships when it's said and done. When he's gone along with LeBron James and the Stephen Curry's, is his name gonna be mentioned? No, it's not. I promise you it won't. So that being said, that moving around all these different teams and not getting no good results that he have, entire his career and pushing close to 40, he would have been a better role to come in on this team as a veteran leadership and a clutch player when they make it to the playoffs that can hit those clutch shots and clutch games. That's if you want that. I never known him to want to shoot clutch shots or be a clutch shooter. So, yeah, it's ruined his legacy and it's ruined the team to me. That's how I feel about it. And we know that Kevin Durant is a good player, but time is fading out. It's fading out, man. You see all these young people coming in, and he's only getting one strike. And to me, it's the last strike, really, but the teams that you put them on these young running up and down, these Dura run up and down like Dura type teams. And man, I just don't feel like it's gonna work. I mean, they'll be competitive, they'll get in the playoffs again, but to put that on him, to be the man, that's not gonna work. No, that's not gonna work. That's not gonna get you nowhere. You need him to hit those clutch shots and propel this team into playoff games and win playoff games as a veteran to show these young guys what to do. But otherwise, that, and I like I said, I've never been a big fan of his. Once he kind of like left Golden State and been bouncing around, I kind of faded away from him. I didn't see no more hope in him. Like I said, just like how Mark and me, we both kind of feel that way about Lamar Jackson. You know, I'm just getting tired of it. It's just getting tired of it, man. So these players, they woo us with their athleticism and stuff, but they just don't never get the good results that we want them to that we see them as getting. And so, yeah, I think that answers your question. I think he really is ruining his legacy as he retires. As he will never be talked about like the Stephon Currys and the LeBron James. He'll never be talked about once he leaves the NBA game because he hasn't built nothing. And second of all, the question, he's ruined this team because he's coming in. They brought him in as to be one of the prolific scorers in this team or to be one of the offensive juggernauts of this team. But that's wrong. They should bring him in as a role player and to come off the bench and carry this team, especially in the playoff time. We're not worried about the regular season. We're talking about the playoff time. You know what I'm saying? When things get tight and get crunchy, get somebody to be in the league as long as he can hit these clutch shots and propel these teams on to the next round. That's what you basically need this guy for. So, yeah, on both ends of the questions, I say yeah.
Yeah, I agree. I agree with everything what the dog said. I agree with everything he said. That would be the right one at his age. At his age. Mark, last but not least, Mark, man, how you feel about Kevin Durant going to the Houston Rockets, and will this damage his legacy?
For me, his legacy was already damaged when he left Oklahoma City to go join the 73-win Warriors. That's when the damage was really done for me as a fan of Kevin Durant. But I do want to say I'm glad we ain't got GC in the house because if the Flyers man in the land was here to hear y'all talk negatively about his favorite player, he would have had a heart attack.
Kevin Durant.
But
love Kevin Durant.
Not like I don't have no issue with him going to Houston. I just find it very ironic that the Thunder just won the finals, but when they were there in 2011, literally every member from their big three at some point during their career found their way to Houston. I think that's kind of ironic, but
that is crazy. That is crazy.
But from the main issue I have with this move with him going from Phoenix to Houston is I have an issue with it from the Phoenix perspective. Like, what the hell are y'all doing, man? Like, y'all were literally just in the finals not too long ago, and you made that big trade for KD. It didn't work out. You made the trade for Bradley Beal. That hasn't done diddly poo squat for you. So what are you really doing? Like, you've been trying to find a center for years. You can't really seem to get out of your own way. I mean, as a person who roots for a very dysfunctional and poorly ran organization, I'm seeing a lot of the same characteristics that I see in my own house with Phoenix, and that's not good, especially if you're a young Devin Booker. And that's really who I'm looking at the most. Like, we hear talks about, Giannis getting frustrated in Milwaukee and wanting to leave, and all these other superstars feeling like, hey, I gave the city everything I had. I think it might be time for me to move on. I'm wondering when that time is going to come for Devin Booker, because you literally given Phoenix everything you should possibly have, and they just keep trying to bring all these pieces in to help you, and it's just not working. And with the way that this new ownership is moving in Phoenix, I wouldn't trust it. So, yeah, I think the biggest loser out of all of this has definitely got to be Devin Booker, because really, what help do you have, man? I mean,
you're right. Bradley Beal, get out of here. Get out of here.
I feel terrible for him. But
no, me too, bro. Me too.
From the
back to the bottom he goes.
From the KD perspective, now this doesn't hurt his legacy any more than going to Golden State already did.
I agree with every last one.
That man that had more teams than Taylor Swift had boyfriends, though. God,
you ain't lying, bro. He jumped. And that's why. Shut up. But Q, I can't go behind Q because Q took the thoughts and what I was thinking. Q said it. He said it, and I think he should go in as a role player and don't try to come in and be the guy on that team. But really, Q, they ain't got no choice now because Jalen Green was their guy. But Street made a good point. Street was right. I mean, Jalen Green is good, but he's just not consistent. He's a little bit wild at times, but he's young, and he take too many risks.
Şengün, that's the guy.
Yeah. So I agree with you.
I got a question.
Yes,
so y'all want a dude that's been averaging 25 points a game his whole career to be a role player on a team that don't have a star.
Who's y'all, Rock? Because I said earlier,
well, they got an all-star.
No, if Jalen Green was there, he would have to. What I'm saying is, if Jalen Green was there, then yeah, take a back seat. But this is Kevin. This is set up for Kevin Durant is going to go to a team where he can be the guy. Yeah, exactly. He's going to go to where he's going to be.
He can't be no role player. They brought him there to be.
Allen Iverson said the same thing, and look where it got him. He said the same exact thing.
But Allen Iverson was traded to. He was traded on the ending of his career.
I really don't think they're going to ask a 37.
KD's on the end of his career.
Yeah, but
I don't see them asking a 37-year-old KD to be the guy. I don't think they're going to ask him to be the guy. This team is loaded with young talent, man. Van Vliet can go get you buckets.
Exactly.
Shepard can get you buckets. Shangoon can damn sure go get you buckets.
Be a role player. For him to be a role player, he's been averaging 25 points his whole carear in the NBA. You telling me he's going to have to take a drop off and average?
He can average. He can average 20 on this team and still win.
But Rock, you understand?
That's
you're
a huge
joining,
man. That's a huge.
That's true. But
that's
you got to be humble.
Discrepancy, man.
But you're joining their team.
Oh, but he got so much more talent on this team.
Yeah, exactly.
Do they? Because I mean,
they don't need all.
Yes, hell yes.
Yeah, they straight, bro.
First of all, Phoenix didn't have a big man. They got a big man.
Houston was second in the Western Conference.
Jabari Smith ain't came into his own yet. They still got question marks.
Amin Thompson is there. Van Vliet is there. Shepard. These guys gonna come into their own.
They were second in the Western Conference behind OKC.
I think it would have helped a little bit more if they would have kept either Jalen Green or Dylan Brooks.
Yeah, but
Thompson hasn't came into his own as a shooter yet.
So I agree with you, man. He need to come in.
They still got questions. They're gonna need him to carry them through some of these games.
They did not lose that much, okay? They did not lose that much.
Rock, Kevin Durant he's losing his prestige. Look what he did in Brooklyn. Nothing. Look what he did in Phoenix. Nothing.
That man hit 50. He had 40 some points against Giannis in the game 7.
With the points again. I'm talking about where did he take the team? Where did he take the team?
It's a team sport.
Nowhere.
He went there with Kyrie Irving and James Harden. Where was that?
Where did he take the team?
He couldn't do it by himself.
One got traded to the Sixers.
I get what you're saying, but it's
and the other one
to bring a guy down to 20 average, average 20 points a game on a team where they don't really have a guy that's gonna get them over what he gonna bring them a game.
Shit. Come on, man. Shangoon give you 20 and 10.
But they system work before he came.
They just sent them away. Jalen Green was
Jalen. He's not consistent.
For Houston, they just
he ain't consistent though.
But that's what I'm saying. Who is that guy now? Who is they gonna have that's gonna bring 25?
I think KD can give you 20 to 25, but we don't need you to give it to us every night, KD. You can take some nights off because we got young ballers here, bro.
That's why
Luka is a baller.
That's why Luka is in LA to take it off LeBron.
No, Luka's in LA because of the NBA.
I would be more.
But besides that, logically think Luka's there.
Depending on who they build around, who else they bring in in Houston. If it's just KD there, and y'all saying he gonna have to rely to being like averaging 20 a game,
I don't think he's gonna be listen, I don't think he's gonna be the third option or something like that. He's gonna be the 1 to 2 option.
I agree with you, Q.
Depending on the night. Some nights I think Shangoon will be the number 1 option, and then some nights KD will be the number 1 option as well. But
KD's gonna work out,
man. Or at least Van Vliet can give you buckets on certain nights. You know, I think this is a nice rounded squad.
Yeah,
they didn't lose a lot. They just lost a 3-and-D player and a young, inconsistent talent.
Yeah, I'm coming in. I'm KD. I'm coming in working with. Look, what y'all want me to do? It's y'all team. What y'all want me to do? That's what I'll be. I'm the old guy.
Don't forget now. KD is 37 years old now. Come on now.
That's what I'm talking about.
He gonna slow him down to an ass bit. He gonna slow him down.
It ain't been working that way. Teams didn't have to follow. The last few teams he's been on, They didn't go their same
Look,
route.
KD can't carry teams no more. If that was the case, he would have carried. KD, he's not at that point in career where I think he can carry teams no more. He didn't carry Brooklyn. He didn't carry Phoenix.
He's never been a vocal leader. That's the thing that he needs
No,
to be.
that's the thing about him. You said the big words right there. He never been no type of leader though.
Nope.
He never been that type. That person. He just play ball. Yeah, you telling him to come in Houston and lead these young boys? That ain't him.
Because when you think about it, Westbrook, when you all the way back to OKC, Westbrook was the leader of that team.
vocal wise, he's not gonna be.
When he went to the Golden State Warriors, he wasn't the leader on that team.
No,
I don't even think physically.
He went to Brooklyn. He went to Brooklyn, and he wasn't the leader there either. Or Phoenix.
Those 30-point games come by less often than they used to. Those 35-point games come by less often now than they used to with KD. Now that you're more around a 20 to 25-point game scorer. Trust me, I bet on this mug, and he let me down many a nights thinking he gonna get 27, and he give me 22 points, 20 points. So
he let you down many a night.
Many a night.
He's playing with Bill and Booker. That's
thinking he the old KD.
He ain't gonna be. I'm just nobody gonna take that man usage.
He's not playing with chump cheese. He not playing. Hey, Şengün get that ball a lot. I bet on him as well, and he's a double dude, 20 and 10 guy. He really is.
You got to make stars.
And he's getting better.
Young guys shine, man. You got to let him shine, bro.
Jamari Smith gonna be much better. Them dudes gonna extend.
We will see who will be the number
KD,
one.
I think they're gonna be a tough out. They're gonna be a tough goddamn out. They really are.
If it's Kevin Durant, they only gonna go so far.
I'll try to tell you that boy gonna be there. At least if they build around that team now, if they go out there and get another guy that can kind of like offset that.
No, they don't need another guy. Yeah, they don't need another guy. KD gonna take over.
Nah, they gonna need somebody else.
Kevin Durant needs somebody else.
He not gonna just get them over the hump with the people that they got now.
But that's what you want. But that's what you want, though.
He a piece.
You got Fred VanVleet on your team, who's also a veteran who knows what it takes.
Champion.
He knows what it takes to win a championship, though.
Yeah.
Okay,
so
the rest of the guys on that roster, we named about just 6 guys on the roster. It takes more.
They're young, though, Rock. You're right.
Yeah,
they are young. Jabari, Shepard, they young guys, but they are ascending talents, though.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, they got room to grow. I'm just saying they're gonna have to build.
Work out.
They're gonna have to add some extra veterans in there with him and VanVleet, because VanVleet can't just be the only leader and Kevin Durant just sitting back.
At this point, you ain't got no choice but to work out. And if you don't, he'll just get traded to another team. Like I don't know what to say.
Exactly.
Like, you know what I'm saying?
Well, fuck
I think this is last stop.
To the next now. Shit.
Yeah.
Nah, this gonna be his last stop because he said
this might be his last for Rock.
I would hope Rock.
Keep shopping around, going team to team.
We've heard players like Tom Brady say the same thing, and then they come back another year. You trying to leave with a bad, you know what I'm saying? I mean, yeah, Brady is.
I'm gonna stick with what Q said. The same way Lamar Jackson. I'm tired of seeing it. You show me, you show me 40 points. But goddamn, what more can you do?
But
it's just like having a fine ass woman. Yeah, goddamn, she got a fine body and all that. You can do whatever you want to do to her, but can she cook? Can she clean?
Can she clean?
Can she do
Does
stuff?
she wash right? Does she do this? Does she do that? Yeah.
Can she do something? No, bro. KD, we'll see the time and time again. The only time he can win is when he's with Golden State.
Well, we're playing for a championship every year. I'm not gonna say that we're not looking.
Yeah, he's gonna be playing for a championship. But
it's just that with this young team, he's got to go through the progression. He doesn't have time on his side. With that being said, but I think that they'll be all right next year.
I agree with you.
We just gonna forget Steph Curry and then went out to the Hamptons to meet him. Everybody forgets that. Steph Curry and then went out to go get Kevin Durant. It wasn't Kevin Durant when
Kevin Durant go. But Kevin Durant went though, right?
Yeah. I mean, what he went though.
You can talk.
I would stay with my homies. I would stay at home and try to win
all that money. You'd have turned down all that money.
So okay,
he could have got that same money at OKC.
You would have stayed in OKC. SGA would be on Charlotte, hopefully. And like you know what I'm saying? So a lot of things would have changed. So
you get more money staying with the team that draft.
I feel like as much as I call him a snake on it, he had to leave OKC, bro. He had to leave OKC. He wasn't getting nowhere. I get it. He wanted to go win a ring.
Hey man,
I'm going. You can't beat him. Join him. That's the motto.
He went and joined him. He was just in the conference finals against Golden State. Took him to Game 7. He just played terribly, and then he left and went and joined them.
Join them.
My thing with athletes like that, why would you want to join somebody that consistently beat you?
Yeah.
Why would you want to do that? I mean, I don't understand that concept.
Why would they call me?
Why
would they call me?
That's like the real warriors back in the day would never surrender like that.
That's what I'm saying. That's why I say that he's a snake. I don't care who went to go get who. He agreed at the end of the day to go sign with them. That's why he's a snake in that book.
That's just like he balled at the park against a squad. Your squad can't beat them. You gonna leave your squad and join them? That's not right. I just don't like it.
Y'all remember the movie You Got Served? Remember when old buddy went to the other group or whatever and gave them all their moves?
You're just admitting defeat to someone that you're saying that you cannot beat.
Right.
You're telling yourself that you cannot beat them.
And it's like, I don't agree with it. I get why he did it, but I don't agree with it.
It's not the era of Magic Johnson, Larry Bird, Kobe Bryant, or Michael Jordan. Before that do not resonate with them. That don't resonate with them, bro. That kind of concept and thinking do not resonate with them.
If the Lakers ever came to Larry Bird for some crap like that, like, hey, why don't you come play with the Lakers? I'm not playing with y'all. No.
You know Larry Bird ain't gonna go, but I'm saying, hey, like,
if you had a chance to win a ring with your worst, like the team that you can't beat and had a chance to win a ring, I get that.
It's a big sign of weakness. That's a big sign of weakness.
Built differently, man.
That's like Dez Bryant going from Oklahoma State and go play for Oklahoma. I'm just using an example.
What about the bum ass Eagles? I've been looking at that disgusting green in your background. Damn.
Are you talking about the victim on the ground? You talking about the victim on the ground wearing that star? Yeah, man. Yeah, world champs over here. Don't worry about us.
Boy, you something. I can't talk shit. I can't even talk shit. You're right.
No, man, you can't.
Hey, wait till the damn season starts.
They got to stop this 40 burger and worry about the Panthers.
So speaking of that, ladies and gentlemen, this is my fault today because I took a lot of the show because the rant in my blood, I couldn't hold it. But so now we at the end of the show, man. I got a mystery topic for you guys, and I know this is going to be intense. It could be. We'll see. So this is by Eric Eldholm. He's a lead writer, draft writer here. And it says the top five NFL draft values of the millennium at wide receiver. Tyreek Hill, Justin Jefferson bring booming returns. Okay. This offseason, he said, I am taking a position by position. I'm taking it position by position. Look at the best NFL draft values of the millennium. In short, which teams receive the most bang for their draft pick buck? Higher draft picks were not dismissed for this exercise, but I tended to side with the highest achieving lower selections. Extra weight was also given to longevity and the value those players provided for the teams that drafted them. Wide receiver proved to be one of the tougher positions to evaluate given the breadth of talent and production at this spot. In close comparisons, I lean toward lower picks who vastly outplayed their draft status, but who also stacked up favorable against their elite competition. All right, so these are the 5 wide receivers that he chose for this millennium. The top 5 wide receivers he chose for this millennium. Some may agree, some may not. I'm reading the email, sitting in emails because in my universe, the universe galaxy, you are in the live chat. I see you. You don't have to worry, man. I'm not going to put your email out there like that. He wants to join the show, but we kind of at the end right now. Trust me, you can send it realsportspodcast@gmail.com. You can send it to me there, man. We're not that type. We're not going to put your email out there like that. That's the only way I can see the invite, brother. But I thank you for your time as well. Thank you for watching the show too, man. Hey, if you change your mind, realsportspodcast@gmail.com. Send me the email if you want to sit here and talk with the podcast panel. He wants to talk with y'all, and I would love it. You gotta send me an email though. You gotta send me the email. But these are the 5 wide receivers that he chose. Number 1, Justin Jefferson, Minnesota Vikings. Steve Smith, Carolina Panthers. Tyreek Hill, the Kansas City whatevers. Devontae Adams, Green Bay Packers. And Marcus Colston, the New Orleans Saints. His runner-ups was what? His runner-ups was, and he's tripping. He's tripping now. But he said Julian Edelman. There was a strong case to be made for Julian Edelman and TJ Houshmandzadeh.
Those are valid. Houshmandzadeh was the truth, and Julian Edelman is Julian Edelman got one of the greatest.
Top 5, not top 50.
Julian Edelman got one of the best Super Bowl catches of all time, and he was a go-to target for Brady for years. And Houshmandzadeh can ball. He got overshadowed by Ocho Cinco, but Houshmandzadeh was the truth.
Let me ask the podcast panel a question besides Mark. Will anybody put TJ Houshmandzadeh on their starting team? Can I get
that's where you got me. No.
I mean, based on
I think this has a lot. I think this has a lot to do with where they're drafted.
Street, would you put him there? Would you put him on your starting team?
Well, on my starting team, yeah. If I had a number 1 receiver, yeah, Houshmandzadeh was a great number 2 receiver. He was a great number 2 receiver.
All right.
If I already had a number 1, then yeah, he could definitely be my number 2.
Rob, would you put him TJ Houshmandzadeh on your starting wide receiver team? Out of all players in the NFL?
I mean, given the fact of the optics of this and the value.
Yes or no?
Because Marquise Colston number 5. Yeah, well, I would put
exactly.
My squad. Yeah, and last one, Marquise Colston.
All right, Q. Would you
put a position receiver, Marquise Colston?
No, Q. Would you put TJ Houshmandzadeh on your starting all-team wide receiver?
Oh, no, I don't know about that because I'm like Mark. He was badly overshadowed by Chad Ochocinco. He really was. So we could never really see his potential. He was really slotted into that number 2 spot with Cincinnati. So because it was so much Chad Ochocinco, but we never seen him as the main man. Maybe, but I from what I've seen, I can't say.
But was he overshadowed from antics?
Wait a minute, so
more
y'all
than
gonna put this guy over Terrell Owens? You're gonna put him on Terrell Owens and Randy Moss? Get out of here!
No, I think that's why.
Randy Moss was in the 90s.
I mean, depending on how the rest of this list looks, it's going to determine if he's on my top 5.
I mean, based on how the guys evaluating those, they draft.
Yeah, he's saying by where they drafted at, the production they gave you from their draft position. Yeah. That's what you look at the players he picked up.
Randy Moss drafted by himself.
Can I speak on that, host?
No, I'm saying I think that he is saying that these players, for the place that they were drafted, the production that they gave was great. Because Steve Smith was a 3rd rounder. He's a Hall of Famer. So that's great. And for this millennium, that's great. You go down to who's number 4? Devontae Adams. He wasn't a high draft pick, but his production was great. So I think that's what he's saying. Marquise Colston for a short stint down there in the Saints. Man, he put up big numbers. He was from where they was drafted. I think that's what he's saying. Do I think they're better than Randy Moss or Michael Irvin? No, hell no. I don't think they're better than them. But from where they was drafted, the production that they gave, the only one that was a high draft pick was Justin Jefferson.
All right, so let's start with the MVP.
That name right, Street.
I'm gonna set that up.
Especially somebody like Edelman. Edelman. Think about Edelman.
Get that name right.
Edelman.
All right, so
somebody like Edelman.
So MVP, Justin Jefferson, Steve Smith, Tyreek Hill, Devontae Adams, and Marcus Colston, which was 06.
Definitely ain't Devontae Adams.
Okay, so is this? Do you agree with Mr. Eric Eldom? Eric Eldom.
I sort of see what he's saying. I understand what he's saying. I think he's saying about where they were drafted, the production that they gave was great.
I asked the millennium question, but he is going on draft. So let's go on the draft then.
Yeah.
Round 1, Justin Jefferson was drafted in 2020. Steve Smith was drafted in 2001. Tyreek Hill was drafted in 2016. Devontae Adams was drafted in 2014, and Colston was 2006. So out of all these drafts, were they the best wide receivers to you in that draft, if you can remember? I know it's so far back then.
Well,
I would say.
Go
ahead.
No. Go MVP first.
Oh, okay. Well, based off of when Steve Smith got drafted, I would say he's a Hall of Famer. Justin Jefferson is arguably the number 1 wide receiver in the league right now. In some circles, some people have Jamar Chase, some people have him. Devontae Adams is considered one of the best route runners in the NFL right now. And, I seen that dude, do some things. The man had over 200 receiving yards on my Jags last year. So, outside of what he did in LA, Las Vegas for the Raiders, I understand how y'all may feel about the guy, but he's still talented. Marquise Colston, like Wall Street was saying, was a possession receiver that was getting over 1,200 yards receiving when he was playing with Drew Brees. So I understand that because his value when New Orleans drafted him, he was a late round pick. So I agree with the list based off of the value and how these guys brought impacts to their team when no one else thought it was, because a lot of people thought Justin Jefferson was too small to take over the league like he has. So and the same with Steve Smith. People didn't believe in how Steve Smith was able to be one of the toughest receivers out there, literally. So I agree with it to a circumstance, based off.
So this is what he said about just that draft in 2020. He had the class was loaded.
Bro, we put Jalen Reagor.
It was C.D. Lamb, T. Higgins, Michael Pittman Jr., Brandon Ayuk, Jerry Jeudy, and Jalen Reagor.
Don't.
Yeah, Jalen Reagor.
Don't.
So and Jamar, which is no. Okay, so let's go. I didn't read this. Cooper Kupp, Steve Smith had to deal with. In 2016, it was Rashee Rice. That's about it. 2014.
Tyree turned out to be a much better receiver than what people thought he was going to be coming into the league.
True.
He developed into a great route runner and all that. He really developed.
2014, it was Mike Evans. And again, in 2006, it was Julian Edelman and Husmanzada. So those are the competition. But so let's go to Streets real quick. Streets, out of the 2020 draft, the 2001, 2016, 2014, 2006. were these guys right as far as top wide receivers? Do you agree?
I like, because what I think the gentleman is saying is that their draft position and and their value, it really they really exceeded their draft position. So I do agree with that. Devontae, I remember him coming out of college because he was with Carr. He was Carr's teammate. There was no big. You know how I feel about Carr, Mark. There was no big write up on him. Marquise, I don't even remember Marquise coming out of college. And these guys made big names for themselves in the league. Julian Edelman was one of those guys that he had. I think he might have been a 6th rounder or something like that, and turned out to be a Super Bowl champion receiver. So yeah, I like the list. I really do. I like all the receivers on the list too.
Okay, so this is down a death here. So let me change things around. Streets. Who's the best wide receiver in the National Football League today? Your opinion?
Well, definitely, I think it's CD Lamb. I think it's CD Lamb. I know a lot of people like to say
What?
Jefferson.
All right, bro. Let's not be delusional. Let's not be delusional on here. Let's not.
I'm just saying.
We're not gonna sit here and act like Justin Jefferson don't exist. We're not gonna sit here and act like AJ Brown and Devontae Smith don't exist either. We're not gonna sit here and act like when he's healthy, Stephon Diggs don't exist. Let's not sit up here and act like what's my boy in Houston? My boy in Houston.
You see, you gotta think about that long. He ain't no bona fide receiver. You gotta think that long.
He not. I mean,
So
first of all,
CD
Lamb is not on Jay Jetta's level. Let's stop that.
Let's street. That's his opinion. So
it is, but that's crazy.
Why do you think that CD Lamb is the best wide receiver in the league?
Number one, first of all, when CD and Justin meet up and they play head up, CD numbers are always better. Look at him. Go down the list. Look at him. He always outperforms them when they meet up. That's number one. Number two, host. I mean, listen. You think your boys from Philly is better than CD Lamb? Stop it. Come on.
One of them got a championship. The other one don't.
I mean,
two of them. I'm sorry. Two of them got a championship. The other one don't.
Let's explain first.
That's a team. That's a team award. That's a team award. Okay. First of all, championships are a team award.
They both get 1,000 or more yards, more than CD Lamb do.
I don't want to hear all that. Let me tell you something. Wait, my boy CD Lamb is better than both of them. He's definitely better than Devontae. Stop it.
No,
Devontae,
he's not.
all you want to do is run fly
No,
routes.
He's not.
He's better than Devontae.
He's not.
And he's better than both of them. CD Lamb is the best receiver in the NFC, and he's the best receiver in the National Football League. That's my opinion, host. I think it's not even close. It may be close, but I think CD edges out Justin Jefferson.
But, I mean, why do you say that?
Because he can do it all, host. He can run across the middle, possession receiver. Okay. He runs routes, fly routes, deep ball. You name it, CD can do it. Run after the catch, he's there. I mean, come on, name something that Justin does better than CD. He tracks the ball, tough catches, tough player, don't miss games, plays hurt. Come on, man, stop.
Okay.
With a mediocre quarterback.
I knew he's going to hit. Philly G, who's the best wide receiver in the National Football League?
I got two of them, but I'm not even going with them. I'm saying Justin Jefferson. Are we really going to sit here and be delusional here today? On this beautiful Saturday, are we really going before the Lord's Day? We're going to be delusional today. We're going to be delusional.
Pull up the stats.
Come on, man.
Pull them up, hoes. Pull up the record,
man.
So tell me, Philly G, why do you think Justin Jefferson is the best wide receiver in the league? Why? Tell me why.
You seen him play? He's got the speed, the athleticism.
Right, I seen him play.
It's hard to keep up with him. I didn't know Justin Jefferson was a cornerback, by the way, Street, since CD Lamb going against him. I didn't know that. But Justin Jefferson has had 1,000, 2,000 yard season since he's been in the league. He's the hottest wide receiver right now. He's probably going to be the hottest wide receiver until he retires. He's that Randy Moss type of level player. CD Lamb, I'm not even hating on him because he wears the star.
Oh, stop.
Him wearing the star is different. Hold on. Him wearing the star has nothing to do with it. I think CD Lamb is good, but he's not Justin Jefferson. Let's not be delusional. Let's not be delusional, bro. Let's not.
What has Justin Jefferson done?
He's not MVP caliber. He's not MVP caliber or none of that. And that's barring what Dak Prescott is. That's barring what Dak Prescott is. Quinyon Mitchell locks this guy up, and he's going to continue to lock this guy up for years to come. Justin Jefferson can give Quinyon Mitchell problems. Something CeeDee Lamb can't do.
Okay.
Let's not be delusional here.
No,
Justin Jefferson is him. Okay. What happened the past 2 times that y'all seen us? I remember hearing CeeDee Lamb's name.
I seen Trey Diggs lock Justin Jefferson.
And Trey Diggs, as much as I love Trayvon, Roll Tide, he's still trash. Even after the ACL, he's been trash.
Come on, man. Stop now.
Come on, bro. Let's not be delusional here.
Hold it. All right, hold it. So let me go to the MVP. MVP, who is the best wide receiver you think in the National Football League?
Well, I'm gonna break the mold here. We'll go with Jamar Chase. That's in my eyes, he the number one. He the best.
I'll even take Jamar.
Yeah, because of what he does. Like even without Joe Burrow even with Joe Burrow in there, even without him, he still will put up his numbers. I done seen this guy go up against arguably one of the best defenses in the league twice a year and cook these people in the Baltimore Ravens. And how opportunistic their defense is and things of that nature. I mean, we can look it up. The Baltimore Ravens are always in the top 10, top 5 in defense.
So you said
things of that nature. Jamar Chase.
Jamar Chase. Okay.
Out of the AFC North.
Okay.
You know,
I know, Rob. You had 55 points against me, remember?
Yeah.
Had to deal with that twice in 1 week in our league and then in my own.
So Street says CeeDee Lamb. Philly G says Justin Jefferson. The MVP says Jamar Chase. Mark?
Well, while Street was gawking over CeeDee Lamb, I was doing my thing and doing some research here, and I checked multiple sources just to kind of get a feel of, like, you know, statistically speaking, who would be the best receiver in the National Football League. And when I asked my homie Chat GPT, shout out to AI technology too. When I asked, no, seriously, me and Chat GPT checked multiple sources.
That's what's up.
And in all the sources that we checked, CeeDee Lamb's name did not come up in the top 3, not one. According to Pro Football Focus, who just did a preview for the upcoming 2025 season, they had AJ Brown at number 1,
AJ Brown,
Jefferson at number 2, and Jamar Chase at number 3. According to Sportstronaut, they had Justin Jefferson at 1 and Jamar Chase at 2. The NFL Power Rankings after the 2024 season had Jamar Chase at 1, Justin Jefferson at 2. So, in summary, if you want to go off of volume based on the 2024 season, it would be Jamar Chase. He led the league in catches, yards, and
love don't live here no more, bro.
My quarterback was injured, host. My quarterback was out the whole year.
Oh, come on.
My quarterback was out.
Okay. Now I'm triggered. Okay, now I'm triggered. Now,
bro.
If you, I say this completely unbiased, bro. If you are truly one of the all-time greats at the wide receiver position, it don't matter who your quarterback is. You are still going to show up and show out, bro. Larry Fitzgerald,
Justin Jefferson, and Sam Darnold.
Justin Jefferson been doing it no matter who his quarterback is. You don't never hear him complain. He don't.
Holy shit!
He had Sam. Let's not forget he had Sam Darnold, who we thought was trash.
Quarterbacks.
Look at the Viking love in here today.
And
y'all got Cooper Rush, who y'all glaze every time that he steps on the field.
Hold on. I'm not done yet. Here's the real kicker, right? CeeDee Lamb, I do give credit where credit is due. CeeDee Lamb is a very good wide receiver.
Hell yeah,
I don't put him up there at the top of the list in terms of the league because there are other dudes out there who are more hungry and who have the stats to say that they are a better receiver than him.
What are they drinking?
Dude, you also forget, Street. Unlike everybody else on this podcast panel, I've seen CD Lamb before he was in the National Football League. I had a front row seat to see him during his career at the University of Oklahoma. And you know what he did? He averaged 10 catches and 13 yards against 3 games against Oklahoma State. So for that alone, I will never say that he's better than Justin Jefferson or anybody else on this list. I've seen that man up. He had Baker freaking Mayfield, and he couldn't put up numbers in college.
That's why he couldn't put up no numbers. That's why he couldn't put up numbers.
Hey, he did with Kyler Murray. He did with Kyler Murray.
So,
exactly.
And
look, host.
Yes, sir.
Host. What can I say, host? These people have been brainwashed by the goddamn PFF and all these places.
We're brainwashed by the stats, the facts, bro.
If we really gonna be,
and I was being unbiased. Look, I was being unbiased.
No, hear me out. If you really want to take it there, Street, and I'll say this with my whole chest, every receiver that was listed on that top 5 list that host read at the start of this segment, I would take them over CD Lamb. I'll take
Mark,
bro.
wait,
not Jalen Reagor, not Jalen Reagor.
No,
not Jalen Reagor, not Jalen.
On the list that host mentioned a list about the top 5 efficient receivers based on draft pick this millennium. Every receiver he listed on that list: Edelman, Colston, Tyreek Hill, go Pokes.
Listen, Edelman only gonna be good with Brady, so stop it. Edelman's only gonna be good with Brady. Stop it. You're not taking him over CD Lamb. That is not happening. Marquise Colston, come on, man. You're not taking him over CD Lamb either.
I would take Hushman's out over CD Lamb any day of the week. Bro, if you Street, no, hear me out, bro. Hear me out.
You ain't got no respect for CD Lamb. I can see that, Mark.
Dog. Hear me out. If you can outperform a prime Randy Moss in one of the most historical record-breaking offensive seasons that any team has ever had in 2007, he got outperformed by Hushmanzada, bro. Hushmanzada had more catches and more yards in 07 than Randy.
Hey, I need more context. Who was Randy Moss quarterback? I need context. Who was the quarterback, Mark?
This was 07 when they went undefeated. What are you talking about?
Well, I remember Randy Moss breaking a record that year. Randy Moss broke the touchdown record that year, didn't he?
He was kicking Darrell Revis's butt.
Yeah, Revis.
So listen, I can't talk about Hushmanzada and Randy Moss in the same sentence.
If you can outperform Randy Moss in his prime,
you know what they say: the sun shine on the dog ass every once in a while. That is not going to happen. That is not going to happen on a consistent basis. He's not outperforming Randy Moss on a consistent basis.
So let me ask you
that one game, maybe.
Street. So we can all agree that CD Lamb ain't going to outdo Justin Jefferson. That's what we're saying.
I can't say that.
Jefferson instead of CD Lamb, where are they today?
It don't matter about the receiver. It's about the quarterback. That's the only reason CD ain't better than.
I remember y'all had
better numbers.
Y'all receivers a 4,000-yard passer. Y'all had a 1,000-yard rusher.
Before I get to the dog, here, Street. Let me ask Street this here. Who would you choose, Street? CD Lamb or Justin Jefferson to be your number 1 guy?
He gonna say CD Lamb.
Who would you choose?
Listen. Y'all think I'm being biased. I'm being honest. I've seen them play multiple games. And my boy CD Lamb has outperformed them. I'm taking CD because I don't see much of a difference. I really don't. Give me both quarterbacks. Give me CD Lamb. I've seen it happen. Pull it up, Mark.
There's no way that you're saying this, bro. There's no way that you're saying this. This is blasphemy. This is outrageous. This is.
I love it.
He's a 1,200-yard receiver. CD's 1,150-yard receiver. What's the big difference?
All right.
Let's be serious.
Would you rather have big yardage or would you have a playoff game?
100 to 1,150.
Would you rather have big yards or would you rather play in the Super Bowl? It's kind of looking at it like that. You know what I'm saying?
Justin ain't doing none of those. He ain't doing none of them. He ain't playing.
Justin is one of the pieces that the Vikings needed to get there.
Okay. So let me go to Q. Let me let Q get his in. Y'all already know who you're going with. So Q,
I need Q to tell me.
OG with me.
Tell the world, because we already know. But tell the world anyway, who's the best wide receiver in the National Football League?
Well,
And what happened when he played the Cowboys?
I'm gonna say this right here. I'm gonna say what the people say, and the reason why I'm gonna say what the people say. Every child that's out here playing football, when they're mimicking receivers, who are they mimicking?
Well, in my day, it was Jerry Rice.
Well, now I'm talking about now. Who are they mimicking?
Oh, they doing the
Who are they? Who dance they're doing? Are they doing the CD Lamb? Are they doing the CD Lamb? Do you hear that?
All right.
No, hold on, wait a minute. I ain't finished. I'm not finished. Hold on. I'm not finished. Every time you watch a sports, every time you watch a sports show, and when you're talking about all these commentators, and when they mention Justin Jefferson's name, right behind his name, they say arguably the best receiver in football. You hear it all the time. They don't say CeeDee Lamb, the best receiver in football. I never heard it. I always hear Justin Jefferson, arguably the best receiver in football. All commentators say that when they miss it, the wide receiver in the league. The Madden game, 3 years in a row, he has been rated 99. 3 years. What CeeDee Lamb rating that? What is his rating that? If you say 99, you might well say 100. You might well say 100. They just doing that just to make it look good. So all I'm telling you is this: that when you're mentioning the two names, and when people are what the people say, everybody's saying Justin Jefferson. I don't have to say much. I don't have to say nothing. Not gonna say nothing. I let people talk for me. The games and everything. Commentators and everything. They're doing all the talking.
OG.
I'm not talking.
OG. When we played, y'all.
It ain't got nothing about that. They don't play against each other.
Question, though.
No, they don't. That don't matter.
I want to answer that. He's the best receiver in the game.
No, that don't matter. When we play y'all this year, that don't matter about
he the best
us in that game because they're not playing. They're not playing against each other. It don't matter. It really don't. But I'm talking about through the course of the season, every year. Who name pops up more than the other name?
I give you that. He's on all the talking points. But when you're getting it down to the numbers, and you look at the numbers, hey, like I said, last couple times he played us, he ain't show up. So I'm trying to see all this ultimate receiver they all talking about.
Your receiver doesn't scare defenses like mine do.
Yeah, he does. Yes, he does.
No, he don't. No, he don't. Now ask the podcast members do that. Who scared defenses more? Justin Jefferson or CeeDee Lamb? Ask them that.
If I can chime in on this,
Justin Jefferson.
Both parties are right. We all believe that Justin Jefferson, like in terms of skill and overall NFL, is better than CeeDee Lamb. But according to the stats and according to the numbers, Street is also right because in head-to-head matchups, when CeeDee Lamb is playing in 3 career games against the Minnesota Vikings, he had 15 catches on 19 targets for 191 yards in the
Let's go!
Justin Jefferson in 3 career games against Dallas on the other side of it, less catches. He only has 8 compared to CD's 15. He has 140 yards compared to CD's 191. And they
that's
both,
not insane, though.
Let me ask you a question. Though.
Oh, let Mark finish.
No. Who scares defense is more? Who scares defense is more?
I think it's equally scary. I think they both equally as scared.
No, hell no.
I think when you play,
nobody is scared of Dallas, bro.
Listen,
which one would you leave one-on-one with? Which one would you leave one all day long? Which one? When you
play Minnesota,
I'm not even out there on the field. I'm more scared of Justin Jefferson.
No, which one would you leave? No, which one would you leave one-on-one with all game long?
Oh, you don't get blown out either way. Either way, you're gonna get beat. You can't leave neither one of them one-on-one. And my point is this: if I'm scouting Dallas, the number one name on my scouting report is CeeDee
I got the answer for both of y'all.
Minnesota it's gonna be Justin Jefferson.
I got the answer for both of y'all about that one-on-one conversation. His name is Quinyanum Obey. You'll be locked up for 60 minutes.
Who the hell is he?
Quinyanum Obey, Quinion Mitchell, Super Bowl champion, Quinion Mitchell.
Man, we blow. CD has.
What are we talking about? Like,
I just don't see it. Like I say, my boy CD Lamb.
Yeah, host disappeared, didn't he?
I'm always here.
Boy, I believe this shit alone.
Make some sense of it.
I ain't saying
I'm trying to give y'all.
I'm the one that got the quarterback that's going against them this year. You know what I'm saying?
Mark gave y'all the raw numbers. Mark gave y'all the raw numbers. Y'all didn't want to hear it.
How are they wrong?
Raw.
And
Justin Jefferson still has less catches and damn near the same amount of yards as CD Lamb.
I'll take him over CD Lamb. If Jordan Nelson was number one,
you heard what he said. When Justin Jefferson
Jordan Nelson was better than CD Lamb.
When Jordan Jefferson go up against quality corners like Trey Diggs, we put the clampers on his ass, okay? Point blank period. Either three what's called.
Diggs always.
Were y'all doing that last year? You want to pull up Devontae's numbers?
He be pulling on that jersey. He be pulling on
Devontae's numbers.
I'm just telling you the truth. We do work against Minnesota, and we lock up.
Jersey being pulled.
Right back old days, don't it, Mark?
You lock up who?
We lock up Jefferson.
I'm leaving alone. I'm done. I ain't talking about shit no more.
Oh,
I'm done.
I thought you was talking about Justin Jefferson. I mean, we had Slay on him.
Oh shit!
But I mean, he still got off.
Hey, that's all I can tell you, boy. CD, man. Y'all
but I'm gonna say this.
We're gonna see the first game of the year. We're gonna see the first game of the year when y'all got to go to Philly. We're gonna see. We're gonna see what CD Lamb do.
Quinyanum Obey. We got Dijon. Oh, we ready. We ready, bro.
They're going up against Pickens and CD, two bona fide number one receivers. Let's go. I like the
Pickens about to get locked up too. Pickens ain't nothing special. I'm telling you, bro. Y'all not ready. Y'all not ready, bro.
I don't think Dallas gonna be no pushovers now.
Oh, they will be. They going to be. I'm telling y'all now. I've been telling people since the end. This defense looks way better after this draft too. Y'all not ready for it. Y'all didn't see it last year. Y'all not gonna see it this year. Y'all not ready for it.
Y'all done got fat on y'all little championship. Y'all done sucked the. Y'all done eating.
Right.
We gonna come in and smack you around first game of the year.
All right, you gonna feel it, Cooley. I'm telling you. You gonna feel it, boy. I'm telling you. We coming.
Too good.
We coming. You see that 26? Y'all gotta worry about the whole team now.
I can't wait.
Oh man.
You got what? 3 more
football
months?
Season need to hurry up. Boy, yes, sir. I've been ready.
I just want to say, if they're this fired up now.
Hey man, Street entertain me every time he come on here, boy.
This has been the best year by far, bro. Like Eagles won the Super Bowl. My daughter was born. My boy got to experience his championship with the UFL champions. Shout out to them and congratulations, bro. I didn't get to say it. Yeah. Shout out to the defenders.
Shout out to the defenders.
It's been a hot year so far. John Cena is, 17-time champ. You feel me? So, it's been a great year so far for me.
Well, you know what that means? What's going to happen next year? It's all going downhill next year for your sports team.
Nah, I think the only team that I'm worried about, bro, is the Phillies. And that's it. My Flyers, we're going to get a Stanley Cup. My Eagles might go back-to-back. Sixers going to get it together. We're going to be all right.
Behind you, too. You worry about that puke green behind you.
All right. We're going to see who's puking when we whoop that ass. We got another 40 burger for you. I'm telling you, we're coming, baby.
That Street crazy as hell, boy. Let's get out of here, man. I got a game to go to. Oh shit. Street crazy as hell, man. I know, right? Appreciate it, bro. Hey, that's our show for the day, man. As always, we want to thank you for watching another episode of the Riddle Sports Talk Show, man. These men work hard. They work hard, man, to give you a hell of a show, man. So go ahead and show some love by hitting that like button hit that like button, that thumbs up button, and subscribe to the channel as well. Turn on that bell for all notifications, man. Notifications. While he's here, man, gotta have him go out with a bang, man. I'm talking about Papa G. Take us out, Papa G.
Hey, man, as always, it's great to be on the show, to be with the guys again. 2-time Super Bowl champs, baby. Just remember that. But no, on the real, I had fun today. And there goes the storm. With that being said, peace out. Thank you for joining us today.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We'll be back next Saturday, 1 p.m. with more of the hottest news in the sports world, man. In the sports world. We'll be back next week, Saturday. Next week, Saturday, 1 p.m. Won't be a long show, man, because the dog is throwing a major cookout. Major cookout, man. So after the show, we're going to join the dog. We're going to go meet the dog and hang out with the dog and a whole boatload of Hall of Famers that he's going to be having at that cookout. I love it every time he has it. And before I even say it or step on the man's property, we appreciate Q for holding it for us, man. Appreciate you, Q, for inviting us, man. It's a great pleasure, man, for you to invite us.
Rock, I know you know, but you and Philly G and the rest of the guys, y'all want to come, you're invited.
Yeah,
definitely.
Man. Appreciate you, man. I'll be there.
I'll be there. You know I'll be there, OG.
Yes, sir. I'll be there, baby.
Eat you out the house at home while I'm there.
Yeah. You know, my brother be here, you know, big time. He can't wait to see you. Eagle fan gonna have an Eagles championship jersey on. He gonna eat you alive now. I don't know if you want. I don't know. I ain't gonna be able to pull him off for you. I'm telling you that right now. I'm telling you, he gonna tell you on the up. Now I'm telling you.
And he's an Eagle fan, bro. He's an Eagle fan.
Yes,
he
is.
Yes, boy.
I believe it.
Yes,
Because when you wear an Eagle jersey, you better be loyal. I'm telling you.
Hey, he got rings and all that shit. And he gonna put it on you now, I'm telling you.
Yes, sir.
I can't wait to see him.
All right.
He gonna put it on you.
Can't wait.
Look, we are like a bunch of pit bulls when we wear that Eagles green. That's why they call us the Philly Bulldogs. It's not because we draft Georgia players all the time now. We some real Bulldogs, bro, when it comes to our team, bro. Like I said, bro, no birds, baby.
No birds.
All right, Wallace. I said I know you.
You're live, bro.
Put it on you.
We'll be back next Saturday, 1 p.m., man. And right after, man, we're gonna join Q Dog's cookout, man. But we're gonna get out of here, man. Everybody, man, it's hot outside, man. So everybody, please stay hydrated. We are
it's raining now. I think it's cooling off.
Major heat, man. And you know, those who don't know, man, it affected our boy, your Mark, man. So, you know what I'm saying? We gotta stay hydrated. You gotta stay hydrated as always, man.
Definitely.
And speaking of Mark, man, we glad Mark is 100%, man. We're glad Mark is back. 100%.
Yeah, real rap.
He was real down and out, man. But he pulled it off Wednesday for us, but he was down and out, boy. So, but he back 100%. Appreciate you being on, Mark. Appreciate you, Philly G, man, for taking your time out. New Papa
yes,
G.
Sir.
And Streets, I'll see you in the morning. You know how we do.
Yes, sir.
And,
that's right.
And, the dog, I see you next week, baby. Yes, sir.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna have myself, Philly G, Day One, Streets, and the OG. Everybody around the world, please be safe, stay safe, and stay cool. And that's an order.